All right, that was a little more complicated than what I thought it would be. There's still some ticks in there. So I tried the initial step with just doing, Eurofiber blended wool, and that was not enough. There was too many ticks left, so it's quicker for me just to get out the rotary, cut it, and then refine it. I tried with the pad, but I was still getting, I wasn't removing all the holograms, so then I'd go back to, the original plan. So, and I still have some ticks right there in the middle. It's clean though, right? So we started this. The challenge with this is it's hard paint. That's why, Eurofiber blended wool wasn't enough on its own to cut it. That's about as aggressive as I want to get on this paint in a single step. So it's more efficient for me just to two-step it than trying to keep hammering down. You can get there with the Eurofiber single step, but it'll probably take you three cycles as opposed to just doing 2 cycles. You multiply that around the car, right? That's probably 2 hours worth of time savings just to two-step it as opposed to a single step. It's hard paint. Plus, I want it to finish down. All right, but that's what you want. Number 2. cleaned out these wash mitts. We're gonna use the stick again. But this has it's Gyeon's degrease tabs. These degrease tabs come with the infinite coating, and you're meant to just wash the car again after the polishing is done. So typically I would, and I still did it on this, but you would wipe the car down with alcohol to get rid of any of the polishing oils, right? Because you don't want anything between the clear coat and the ceramic, because you need it to bond. Right? We're asking a lot out of a relatively thin layer of ceramic as far as multi-year life. So it's that bonding that is critical. So we just pushed the Mercedes to next week, and I picked up Chad's car early. Chad's my neighbor. He lives 5 minutes away. So fortunately, he still has his other car, and he was able to get me this early, which is great. So I'm not wasting days. But this is a 22 X7 M50 in Dravit Gray. It's a beautiful spec. He bought it a month ago from Ohio and brought it back, but it's a really good spec. I mean, it basically has every option on it. But I've been going at this thing since like 6 o'clock. 7 hours of polishing, which is, well, it's not bad. It's probably a touch more than I was expecting. It's just really hard paint. So I ended up two-stepping the sides. That's where the rotary came in. Now the prior owner put a bunch of work into this. So it has a full front clip of PPF, the side skirts, the fender flares on both front and back. The windshield's tinted, obviously the Vossen wheels. So because of the film, I did not need to polish the front clip as much as the rest of the car. So that was a good offset. But it's 80 degrees outside, the sun's full blast. I don't want to wash this outside. It'd be a nightmare. I have the mini split on at 68, so it feels great in here. But the plan today for Saturday is, I'm tired. I'm gonna wash it and dry it and then call it a day. That'll be a really good stopping point. Because then I can turn the dehumidifier on and it'll dry the garage out overnight. And tomorrow, Sunday, we can pick it up. All right, no drying aid or anything. Again, because the ceramic's going on, we need a clean surface. But I've been a bigger fan of these, post-correction washes. I used to avoid doing it, but I found it really helps with, kind of a clean slate. Like, as much as you can wipe off the car and get rid of all the stuff on the paint, it's still all the seals and door jambs and such that get dust in and compound. It really just makes it much cleaner. The paint just seemed extra hard, which is why why I elected to do a rotary cut and then refine it. I could have just done the one step. It would have taken longer to do the one step than it did me to rotary cut and refine. You're kind of, with just a fine polish, even using that Eurofiber blended wool, like, each cycle is only going to remove so much material, and you're not going to be able to get down to the good clear that way. You kind of, it's like digging
digging a hole with a spoon. Yeah, I was probably I definitely was a little overzealous using that pad, especially with that 3D compound. That ACA 500 is strong. Like they advertise that it'll remove 1,000 grit sand scratches, which is very aggressive. I've only seen like 1,500. Most say they'll remove like 1,500 grit. Come on. Come on. Long day yesterday. Long day. I think I stopped fiddling with this thing at like 8:30. That's why I try to break it up. You know, doing that much polishing and such in one day isn't the most fun. But we got through it. We got the car wash last night. That was my main goal, right? Getting the thing washed. So today, all right, I ran the dehumidifier overnight, so the garage and the car, everything's nice and dry. Because otherwise, you kind of have to time this stuff pretty kind of right, because otherwise you're just going to be wasting time today washing and then, you know, chasing water out of the areas. So it's like it's really nice just to get that done in one shot. And then you're fresh today and you can deal with the ceramic and all the little stuff. So I was on a mission. I was on a mission yesterday to finish that. It's 53 degrees outside, no humidity. This is the right time to do this, even with the mini split.